When you work in something like football, and there are many different industries that would feel the same thing, you have this experience where people say, what do you do? And you say, I work for the Melbourne Football Club, and they don't even ask you what you do. And they just think that, oh, wow, that's impressive. You could be the bottom of the food chain and people think you're impressive because you've got a job at an organisation that's people know, they think looks impressive from the outside, all these sorts of factors. And then you leave that, and I've seen many people in my life then leave that environment and go through a slight identity crisis of like, even if you go to a different job, you then have to explain it further, and then people, you know, like, oh, what do you actually do? And they question you more on that. But then if you then create your own job, which you're already doubting yourself over every day of the week, because that's just what self-employment is, right? Especially at the start. You go from like, you walk in the door as successful without people even wanting to know more about you. And then you kind of walk in the door from the complete other end of the spectrum, where it's like you feel like you overcompensate to prove what you're doing is a viable choice for your life.
Totally.
Psychologically, certainly that's played a role for me of like, well, of course it feels different, and of course your ambitions change, or like the success markers changes because your whole persona in a work environment changes and how people receive you changes.
I thought I was very self-aware whilst I was working at Collingwood, and I probably was. But I can look back now and go, it was 100% feeding me the validation I was getting from how impressed people were by where I worked and what my role was.